out a truck length lead. If he doesn't make the mistake, it looks like it's going to be victory number 1 for Greg Biffle. It started out at the Tennessee Walls. It's gone high here, high speed. And guess what? Elvis didn't show up, but Greg Biffle sure did. Victory number 1 on the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
And it waves for Greg Biffle. Oh, the party at Biffle's Pub and Grill is going to be spectacular if he can hold on for one more lap.
And I said it earlier, I was really impressed with Greg Biffle when he was running behind Borisset there. Borisset on fresher tires, Biffle doing a great job. And this guy, they're going to, Ron fellas, they're really going to be questioning their strategy, not changing those right side tires.
There is the margin between second and third. Ron Fellows giving it all he's got, but I just don't think he's got any tires left. Greg Biffle making the left-hander.
Don't forget the Jack Rush team, a lot of history in road racing with that Rush team. Max Jones is the team manager. He runs that team.
A win at Memphis to redeem himself after a disaster a year earlier. A third last week at Texas. He's currently in 6th place in the points coming into this race. But right now, Greg Biffle with probably the most cherished win of his career in front of 300 hometown fans that he bought the tickets for, and everybody else in Portland makes the turn onto the front straightaway to look at his second career checkered flag, his first road course win, and a
Furman will display over the Milwaukee Mile. One more lap around.
Pressure from behind. No pressure from behind. White flag.
No pressure because Sprague right there is 2.1 seconds back.
No pressure at all.
Looking for the 3rd win of his career and the 3rd of the year. Having won in Memphis and Portland, Oregon. Add the Milwaukee Mile to Greg Biffle's list of wins. He takes the Milwaukee 200.
Good job, Greg. Great job.
To save the very least.
Exactly. And third now, he had just taken over 5th from Andy Houston, and now the white flag waves.
Last lap for Greg Biffle. Biffle trying to win his 4th race of the season and move in on Sprague's point lead.
Mike Biffle has to know right now that the right front was gone on that truck on a similar run not long ago. He has to be worried.
I said Andy Houston, that was Marty Houston that lost the 5th position. In fact, Marty has dropped back now to the 7th position.
Off the final turn for the final time. 4th win of the season for Greg Biffle. Let's have a look at the rest.
For the race win. He's going to stay down low. Biffle tries to break up the draft. Now here comes Sauter. We're on the final lap. Down through turns 1 and 2. Biffle a little bit higher. Sauter trying to take the low line, not making up any ground.
Here he goes. He got a bit of a run here.
Down the backstretch.
Man, big weave by Biffle. And I just can't imagine that's helping him.
Into turn 3. If you're going to make your move, you got to do it now. Biffle looking for victory number 5. Sauter looking for victory number 1 of 1999. Out of turn number 4. Biffle's got just enough. He's going to hold on and take the win for Ford in Detroit in round 16.
Way to go, guys. Way to go.
In the air. One more lap. The Power Stroke 200 is going to be the Power Stroke 202.
Oh, Biffle got a little bit too high, but he's got momentum off the corner. Can he stay in front?
Down into turn 3. Compton takes him deep. Biffle goes way high. Compton trying to hold the bottom of the racetrack. Biffle's going to hold on. He's going to win number 6.
Good job, Greg. Good job.
And Stacy Compton, we saw him running side by side with Setzer. Look at Compton getting very sideways off turn 4.
White flag is out. Compton says, Mike, sorry, buddy, going to take the position back from you, and he does. So it is Biffle, 2.1 seconds ahead of Dennis Setzer. Then it's Sprague, and then you've got Compton in 4th, and there you see the number 2 of Mike Wallace in 5th. Final lap.
Coming through the final turn for the final time. St. Louis is the gateway to the West. Well, it could be the gateway to a championship for Greg Biffle. He wins round 19. Oh!
Side of the 25 of Randy Tolsma.
That is for position. Tolsma in 7th. Well, now he's back to 8th because here comes Biffle. Oh, Timmy Steele has spun it around. Looks like he's got a little damage.
Hornaday won the championship. This time, Biffle's on his way to a championship. One more lap to go, a mile and a half for victory number 9 in the record book.
If Biffle gets that same exit off turn 2, he should be able to hold him back.
Looking good. You're clear.
Absolutely, he is looking good. You roll the dice when you come to Las Vegas. Sometimes you come up snake eyes. Sometimes you hit 7 right on that first roll, and you take all the bank, all the money home. And here comes the record book for Greg Biffle. He wins round 22 and his 9th win, and Ford is your manufacturer's champion.
Good job. Inside.
Last time by. This time by. Here's the white flag. So the strategy, the tire combination, the driving skill, the Granger.com 200, all the pressure of having the title sponsor on the event, and it looks like Greg Biffle is going to breathe that rarefied air of Pikes Peak International Raceway. It gets thin up here except when you win. Your lungs fill up and you pick up victory number 1 of the season, career win number 10. By the white flag is out. There'll be 1 lap to go for Greg Biffle.
Ruttman's up ahead.
Could it be his 7th super speedway win? Yeah, did you hear Biffle? He's not leaking oil, is he? Remember, that cost him a win at Memphis. Ruttman was in front of him on the last lap. He slid up, Sprague slid under, and took the victory.
That's what you call a good day at work, guys.
This, he's having fun.
Right on Ruttman.
Tell you what, folks,
take it.
you've just seen a great run. Greg Biffle, your winner.
Inside. Good job, guys. You got the 00 going slow through turn 2.
Max Jones telling his driver there's Ryan McGlynn going slow. Down the back straightaway for Greg Biffle will be his 3rd win of 2000. His 12th career win, and you will be the inaugural winner, the first man ever to take the checkered flag at Kentucky.
Great job, guys. The ball 3 now.
Comes off of turn number 4. The big volcano has just erupted one more time. Look at the run for seconds. By though, white flag is going to be coming out. 1 lap remaining. Don't think there's going to be enough time. He's going to need a little bit of a rocket ship. We talked about it coming into this broadcast. Could Greg Biffle make it 3 in a row? It looks like he's got a very good chance of it. Sprague getting 2 wheels off. You saw the dust fly. There is the Granger.com Ford right in this section. This is where he banged the truck hard in the rear quarter deck in the 2nd practice session. 2 hours later, this crew had put him back on the pole with a great run and some great work. And now he is just a couple of turns away from his 3rd consecutive victory. Coming through the outer loop for the final time. He stretched the lead. Greg Biffle is making another statement. It'll be his 4th win in the last 5 races. This is the first time that a man has won 3 in a row since Ron Hornaday did it in 1997. The Granger.com Ford of Greg Biffle. Going to the last corner. Fellows tries to look underneath. The Biffle Bush Killer Bees are going to do it. They're going to sweep.
Franks is going to get a 5th.
White flag is out. And there is 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Look at the battle for 5th. Crawford and Setzer that changed positions on the racetrack. It's Crawford underneath now. Setzer on the high side. That's the best battle going because it looks like it's victory number 5 on the year for Greg Biffle.
And Marty Houston and Jamie McMurray are right behind those two.
Down the back straightaway. Kurt Busch trying to break up the draft. There you can see the battle for 5th, still side by side. And there's McMurray. Tip of the hat to the young man, 26 years old from Joplin, Missouri. He's right in the mix. He stayed there. His pit crew did a great job. And here he comes. Greg Biffle for the 5th time. Your points leader is going to win again.
It was in Rockingham in the fall of 1996.
Got the white flag on his final lap. Mile and a third to go.
Float that thing down in the corner, hit your marks, get back to that throttle. Don't overdrive your corner. One more set of corners to go.
Just don't make a mistake. You got this one in the bag, buddy. Just don't make a mistake.
Jason Keller is out of time. Greg Biffle hauls it down off 3. He's headed into 4.
Here he comes back to the line for the last time to win the inaugural race here at the new Nashville Super Speedway.
And Greg Biffle wins his first. White flag is out. Biffle led 133 laps at Nashville. Today he's led 85, excuse me.
About a half a lap to go. Goes down the backstretch. Plenty of room behind him. Plenty of room in front of him.
Greg Biffle's going to win his 2nd race of the 2001 season.
Little ether in through the intake, little gas in the tank, and he's being held for a penalty by the NASCAR official.
Well, he was speeding down pit road, but when your motor's off, your tank's not working. That's how you get your pit road speed.
And the 60 car has taken the white flag right there. He's on his last lap. It looks like he may, once again, prove us wrong. And Skinner running out of gas will help Biffle because now it's 13 seconds back to the next car, Matt Kenseth. So Greg Biffle is going to come around here looking for his 3rd win of the season, his 7th top 5, and really edge into Kevin Harvick's point lead. Biffle across the stripe, the winner.
Wow.
White flag waves from Dion Hinsky. Greg Biffle, who has dominated for Jack Roush Racing in Eldon, hoping to put forward in victory lane. So does Terry Cook, who was the pole sitter. Half a mile from the checkered flag at Nazareth, Pennsylvania. There is Biffle, reigning series champion. Cook, 4 truck lengths back. Here comes Sprague. There's Crawford in 4th. Out of turn 4, checkered flag waves. And 31-year-old reigning NASCAR Craftsman truck champion Greg Biffle has broken the blue over ground.
Arrow push.
That might have been Biffle's best shot because there's a lot of empty racetrack ahead of Matt Kenseth before any other lap cars would come into play.
Biffle got a terrific run off 2 that time. Can he do it on the outside, though? Can he pass the 17 on the outside?
Oh, Kenseth wiggles.
Loose again, and he
crashes. Kenseth spins off turn 4. Biffle comes to the start-finish line. Caution flag is out. 2 to go. The race is over.
And I believe if we look at that thing on a replay, that 17 got loose right over that bump in 3 and 4.
White flag this time by for Greg Biffle in the Eldon Ford. Less than 1 mile to go for Biffle's 16th career victory.
We'll finish this race now, Doc, regardless of what happens, because once they take the white flag, if there's something on the racetrack, they still finish this lap.
Greg Biffle from Vancouver, Washington, the reigning NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champion, comes out of turn 4, and Biffle will take the checkered flag and win the Chevy Silverado 150.
And here comes Greg Biffle to what will be his 5th win of 2001.
But they got to run 1 more lap.
It's done. He's taken the caution flag. The pace cars collected him.
I've seen Martin driving the Proud Jury one time.
Yeah, pull off the racetrack.
Yeah, Bristol. And Jeff Green is not happy with Greg Biffle on that restart. You see, there is a restart point on the outside wall, and that's where the lead of the race is supposed to hit the green flag to restart the race. And I'm assuming that Jeff Green is upset and saying that Greg Biffle might have restarted a little bit early.
Harvick giving the congratulatory tap to Greg Biffle.
Going to be a second win in 2 days for Biffle. He won the Craftsman Truck Series race here yesterday, and he better get going and cross that finish line first.
He didn't.
Yeah, but he's won the race. Field's locked in under the yellow. Unless he
Always an if in racing.
Greg Biffle smooth off a 2. The gap does not change between he and pole sitter Jeff Green. Big knot of cars racing for about 7th place, but Biffle's going to get his 6th career win, all on super speedways. Greg Biffle, Jeff Green, Bobby Hamilton, Scott Wimmer.
Whenever he got by Kerry Earnhardt, whenever Jason Keller called him, he called him just as he entered the corner, which really hurt Keller getting down in that corner to be able to hold that line. So lap traffic could still have a factor with only a lap to go. It's going to be real interesting.
Backstretch for the final time. Jimmy Kitchen's just ahead. Chad Chaffin in front of him. Jason Keller is going to throw it in there as hard as he can.
I guarantee he will right here. This is last shot, but I don't think it'll work.
Greg Biffle brings it off turn 4 to the checkered flag. 7th career victory for Greg Biffle in the Granger Ford. 2nd win of the season. And he becomes the only...
Obviously, Ron Hornaday's won before. It's tough to lose one that way when you think you have the best car. Final lap for Greg Biffle. Trying to put one away for the Cat in the Hat. No doubt watching up in New Hampshire as he gets set to see his Winston Cup teams run tomorrow. Biffle has an incredible record over the last couple of months. He's finished 8th or better the last 8 straight weeks. 3 second place finishes, 2 third place finishes, and now it'll be his 3rd win in that time. Off the corner. It is red and black in victory lane. Greg Biffle wins at St. Louis. Ron Hornaday led 100. He comes to the inside. Can he pull up alongside? White flag is out. Not yet. Biffle still holding on.
And that time Biffle went to the bottom of the racetrack and blocked Keller.
Is he going to bump him? Half a lap to go. Keller, one final shot at 3 and 4. Clear racetrack. Let's see if he can put the slide job on him. Looking inside, final corner, not going to be enough. Greg Biffle wins at IRP. What a...
Keep it on the bottom. The AT will try you high, but just keep it on the bottom. He has no help.
Ward Burton is on pit road out of gas. White flag is in the air. Final lap. Are we seeing a rookie breakthrough at the biggest track of all? Or can Bobby Labonte get a run and Labonte slow down? Is Labonte out of gas?
He's out of fuel.
Labonte's come up dry.
It's
definitely out of fuel. Now Biffle can try and breathe it and make sure he has enough because it's a long way back to Jeff Burton. 3 seconds. What an upset this is going to be. Final corner for Greg Biffle. There'll be a celebration in the Pacific Northwest tonight. There's his girlfriend Nicole. For Jack Roush, Greg Biffle is going to score a win at Daytona in just his 23rd NASCAR Winston Cup start. Greg Biffle wins the... We've seen things go wrong on the last lap here before. Let's see. Final mile and a half. Greg Biffle took the lead at lap 20 for the first time in this race.
It was about 1964 that Richard Petty was leading this race about right here on the last lap. Little right front tire. Fred Lorenzen won.
Well, Biffle can just about coast home from here.
He gets to the corner.
Good job, Eric Phillips. Great job, 7 guys.
Checkered flag. Greg Biffle wins at Charlotte. One more lap for Greg Biffle. Greg Biffle in his 11th NASCAR Busch Series race of 2003, his 10th with the team. They've really come on lately, finished 3rd at Kansas City, won the race at Charlotte. Had some tough luck at Memphis last weekend when they gave up the pole for Biffle to get in the car on race day, got involved in an early crash. But they've made up for it here today in Atlanta. Greg Biffle with a late rally to the front, and he wins the Aaron's 312 by 0.8 of a second.
Picking him off.
Might have saved a little piece for that wall over there, too.
I'm looking at this battle back there with 2 laps to go with Casey Abbott and Mike Bliss. They were just 3 wide going down into turn 3.
Stremme and Benson off turn 4 for the white flag. They were side by side. Now go back single file.
This could get interesting because Benson's a little quicker. Stremme's going to block. See Johnny fade to the outside. They wanted to put a crossover move on him, but Stremme got back to the throttle a little quicker than he thought he would, I believe.
6th Darlington appearance for Greg Biffle as Robert Presley gets a lap back. Biffle will see the checkered flag for his first Darlington Busch Series victory.
And a really nice job by that team.
White flag for Greg Biffle, and that mistake, Junior, he's back in 13th position.
Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Just float it down in there, ease back in the throttle, and bring it home. I tell you, this guy could have won he could have won almost every race if he hadn't had engine problems this year.
Hey guys, I want to tell you a car that's running in 3rd right now with half a lap to go. He's a car that has not made a pit stop. If you listen to Greg Biffle, Stacy Compton in that 59 car. Remember, he topped off back on lap 91 sitting there in 3rd.
They said they would stretch it, and they have. A lot of emotion in Greg Biffle's pit. Checkered flag in the air. Greg Biffle wins the Stater Brothers 300.
And I wasn't California dreaming, and this ain't no winter day.
Get the white flag this time.
McMurray back underneath Kevin Harvick another time. That will change 6th place back once again.
While they're racing side by side, looks like Casey Kane in the 38 car, he's actually a lap down, so he's not. No, he's not. He's back there right behind these guys, 4th position.
Off turn 4 comes the Charter Communication Ford. Greg Biffle scores his 14th series victory, the 2002 champ.
Flag is up as Greg Biffle comes to the stripe. Remember, he started at the back of the field after coming in from Pocono this morning. Mike McLaughlin practiced and qualified the car, helped the team with the setup yesterday. Kyle Busch did win from the back of the field in a backup car at Kentucky Motor Speedway back in June. But for Greg Biffle, it's going to be a back-to-front kind of day here at Colorado. The strategy worked in his favor, and Greg Biffle picks up his 4th win of 2004.
Prime. You know, the best part about it, the most humbling thing in the world, hey, white flag, one more lap. Most humbling thing in the world is Roush took my word for it. He never saw him race.
And put him through the old gong show process, and certainly it's all worked out for all of them. A Craftsman Truck Series championship, a NASCAR Busch Series championship, a first Nextel Cup Series win at Daytona, July 2003. Now half a lap from their first win of 2004. First half of this season, a struggle for Greg Biffle and this team. But after a couple of top 10s in the last 2 oval track races, he's going to come back to lead the most laps today and pick up career victory number 2. Vancouver, Washington's Greg Biffle wins at Michigan.
Drive around outside of either one. He's got one more lap to try and make another pass. White flag for Greg Biffle, final lap here at California Speedway. Harvick trying to close from 3rd. Mears trying to fight back around Biffle.
Well, it looks like Biffle's 60 car made a terrific corner that time. Comes off turn 2, the 2 or 3 car length lead.
Behind them, Bobby Labonte's been shuffled back from 3rd.
I'm just shocked how well this 21 car is running here at the end of the race as he's coming off turn 4 for the checkered flag.
Going to be a little late for Harvick. It's going to be a sweep in 2004 for the NASCAR Busch Series at California for Greg Biffle. Biffle wins the Target House 300 after a terrific... White flag, 1 lap to go. Look at this. Kurt might get challenged by some of these guys coming up behind him.
He certainly doesn't need to lose those positions.
Jimmy Johnson to 2nd. Jeff Gordon 3rd. Kurt Busch in 5th and trying to hang on to that spot. If he stays there, he wins the title.
You may see a Hail Mary here by the 20 car, right on the back bumper of Jeff Gordon. Don't think he can do it.
Checkered flag is up. Greg Biffle wins the Ford 400 at the Homestead, Miami.
On to the garage.
Can you imagine it's going to be close? 500 miles, 3.5 hours, 250 laps, 3 guys fighting for the win.
Yeah, it's a 3-horse race. McMurray well back. Biffle and Busch to the bottom.
He drives it down into turn 1 and 2, but Kurt Busch in the 97 got a good bite off the corner. They're side by side for second.
Boy, you can see Kurt. He is trying out. He's driving as hard as he can go.
48's real good. Just protect the bottom down here. 65. He's one good corner here.
Kurt's late wingman right there.
Basically, he's holding him up just enough that Greg's going to be able to get to the finish line here first.
Kurt Busch holds Jimmy Johnson at bay, and Greg Biffle is coming around to win in Montana, California.
Good job, boys. And he is clawing away.
Well, he better claw in a hurry because white flag, 1 to go.
He's going to be there when they get back around here, I can tell you that. He is cutting into that 42's lead. But that's
it. Right. Still got plenty of room. Just give yourself plenty of room there to get you a good picture here. If you can get it off of 4. Give you some room on that 77.
I'd say that'd be the thing to do.
Greg Biffle's going to lead 219 laps. And for car owner Jack Roush, it's going to be 4 wins with 4 different drivers. Greg Biffle wins in Texas.
And they did catch the caution just right, which tonight there were multi-chances of that.
White flag.
White flag, bud. White flag. Don't need to pass somebody else. Nice and smooth one more time.
Best battle is for 6th. Joe Nemechek, Michael Waltrip, while Truex and Yaley, and Hamlin and Barrett from 10th on back.
Nice job tonight, guys.
I would say so.
Yeah, you didn't do bad yourself there either, Biff. Nice job on your part.
From bringing out the first caution to driving to victory lane, Greg Biffle does it.
Might do it. Here comes Gordon for second on the inside.
And remember, Gordon had those 4 tires. He's got a lap to get it done.
White flags in the air. They're in turn 2. This is the race. This is it. Casey Kane takes 3rd. Newman fades to 4th. Greg Biffle has them all in his mirror. He's got it made. If he can just ride her through here, just keep her between the rails. I mean, Jeff Gordon drove that thing down into turn 3. Greg Biffle leads 176 laps and wins the Dodge Charger 500.
Del Cup standings. White flag for Greg Biffle.
Those 2 tires are going to hang in there for Kyle Busch. Another good call in the pits.
Still got plenty of room, man.
Plenty of room. He's got a 4.6 second lead. That's like from here to Wilmington.
He just needs to be 3 and 4 here. Don't get involved in any lap traffic.
Greg Biffle becomes the 27th different Nextel Cup driver to win at Dover.
The leader, white flag. What was it that Jerry Reed said? When you're hot, you're hot. Biffle's hot.
16 is hot.
That baby is hot. Hot. And Mark Martin is driving like a young man, not somebody in the twilight of his career, as the Busch brothers battle with Rusty Wallace 4-9.
No longer a battle. Kyle Busch will drive by him in the 5 car.
Youth has served.
4 tires have served.
Mr. Feelgood came through that time.
Greg Biffle coming off turn 4. 5th win of the season. 8th win of his Nextel Cup career for Biffle and Tony.
Last lap of the season. Teammates Mark Martin and Greg Biffle fighting for the lead while Tony Stewart tries to hang on to his position to clinch the championship.
This is going to be good off of 2.
This has been Biffle's sweet spot off the 2nd corner.
Mark's there.
He's there.
And I think Mark's been better in 4.
Looks that way.
See if he can hold on. Boy, Biffle drove in deep.
Will it stick?
Oh, he's sliding up the track. Out of 4, they come to the line. Wow, Greg Biffle wins the race.
Now to get a little sniff. He's going to get him.
White flag right here, white flag.
He's really,
nice and easy.
It's going to come up on him hard now that he's right close enough to get some help.
And can Matt Kenseth get Jamie McMurray? Same situation. Back there for 5th place.
It's going to be a drag race off turn 4 between Edwards and Newman.
I guarantee you, Carl Edwards, he'll drive it down into turn 3. He got a good run off turn 2 that last time at the end of the backstretch. He's going to go to the high side, see if he can get the run off turn 4, Newman to the low side.
Good job today, guys. Struggled in the pits a little bit, but we made up for it.
Here comes Carl to the bottom. Biffle real close. close.
Not quite.
Newman, hello.
Got a clean racetrack in front of him now. Biffle got a good runoff for that time.
Yeah, he did.
Biffle stepped it way out that time.
Schrader tried to get out of the way, but it hurt Jeff the most. I think he's going to be all right this time. He's got a good runoff at 2.
Gordon gets off 2 a little better, but Biffle gets off 4.
If Michael doesn't hold him up, it's Biffle to the finish line. And Waltrip drops way low on the racetrack. They're 2x2 double wide up front.
It's a good thing that this is the last lap. That's all I can say.
Boy, Jeff Gordon drove it into turn 3 and 4 that time.
Here it comes. Good job,
Biffle. Biffle wins the
series win. Last lap of the season. Jimmy Johnson in the 48 car closing in on the championship. Biffle looking for the win. Truex trying to play spoiler up front.
Don't think Truex is going to have enough. Biffle got a really great restart. Too many car lengths.
Biffle going for 3 in a row. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Coming to the finish line. Greg Biffle goes 3 in a row at Homestead. And Jimmy Johnson is the 2006.
You know, he told me a month ago we were going to get one for the year's out. And we felt like we gained on it last week a little bit. The team's been coming together. We're just working hard at the shop. And my thanks to everybody. You know, the pit crew. Thank you, Billy. The pit crew has been working hard. The pit stops have been picking up every week for the last 3 weeks, and Greg stays on top of the wheel all race long. He never gives up on us, and I'm just real happy. I don't know what to say.
You might have a little pressure on you too, because you've been fast in the traditional car and the COT.
Not bad, not bad. The whole program's coming together. This is what he needed. This is what we needed as a group to start rolling into next year. Hopefully, we're going to gain some momentum here going into the rest of the season. So I can't say enough for these guys, and they've been sticking behind us. And they've been through some tough times this year, and we're just working hard, so it feels good.
All right, that's Greg Irwin. And Doc, are we just a little premature? He's still got to cross the finish line, right, Biffle?
He still has to get back there behind. Remember, you know, he ran through all that debris, so he's behind the pace bar. And again, folks, these cameras are able to iris up and give you a lot more light than is actually out there. I remember doing qualifying years ago at Talladega, and it was pitch dark, and it looked like it was daytime, but you couldn't see a thing. That's why it is so tough, but it is getting dark here. Remember, sunset was 7:06 local time. And that was just minutes ago, so they had promised these guys they would not put them in any kind of harm's way by making them run in the dark. And so when he comes by to take lap 210, he will get the checkered flag.
Looking out the window right now, Jerry, the black asphalt on the racetrack would hide anything if there was debris out there. Everything looks very dark looking from a driver's perspective. So congratulations to Greg Biffle, huh?
Looks like the Aflac Duck's going to get a checker here.
Greg Biffle, 37-year-old driver, had gone 28 races. His last win was at Homestead at the end of finale of 2006.
Flag, buddy, right there. Checker flag.
And Greg Biffle says, and hold on.
We asked at the beginning of the day who would step up. A year ago, it was Clint Boyer who got his very first career victory here. Well, Biffle has won before, but he has not won in over a year. What a good time for this Roush Fenway team and Greg Biffle to get hot. Biffle to pick up his very first win of 2008 and his first win ever in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Race number 1 in the Chase's history, and Greg Biffle wins it.
Wow. That was quite a pass. He's going to drive away, but wore his tires out at that time as he see him get the white flag here. But Greg Biffle learned from that and kind of took it easy.
We said when the day began, 43 drivers had visions of victory. 12 of them are thinking championship, and right now, Greg Biffle will go back-to-back for wins in the 2008 chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. Biffle beats the monster and wins at Dover, Delaware.
Wow. How impressive is that? There's Brian Vickers trying to take that third spot away from Dale Jr.
You got to hand it to Biffle right there. He did a good job of keep his car on the outside of Carl Edwards and put him in that spot to have to back off.
Yeah, he drove it in there just hard enough to keep him pinched down. You could see Carl's car get loose and he had to get out of the throttle.
Vickers takes a third spot away from Dale Earnhardt Jr. 6 car lengths back to Carl Edwards. Turn 3. Here comes Edwards. 5 car lengths. Here comes Biffle out of turn 4. And the 76 race winless streak is over as Greg Biffle wins at Vegas. McDowell and Stephen Wallace. Here comes Biffle.
Left 4 drove it hard down into turn 1. Here comes Kevin Harvick on the inside of David Reagan.
It's going to be a little too late. Looks good for Greg Biffle.
Well, the numbers said there has not been a lead change in the final 10 laps in 14 previous races. How about making it 15 races?
Bring it to us.
Thus, Greg Biffle will come down and win it at Phoenix. Jack Roush has now won 100 races in the NASCAR.
A couple of these exits, but Carl seems to be better down in turn 1.
One more time, buddy.
You heard the call.
White flag, one more time, nice and smooth.
Hey, do any of you guys remember how Greg Biffle was so upset with the way his car was handling earlier in the race?
Oh, yeah.
Hollered on the radio. Him and Greg Irwin not really agreeing on it. And look at them now. Got to hand it to both of them. They've done a great job today. Oh, hang on to her, Greg.
It's been 65 races back at Dover. You saw it right there of 08 that Greg Biffle has been to victory lane.
1.5 seconds back, nice and smooth, man.
4 seconds back by our clock right here. Just one more time around turn number 3.
Close for Jack, guys.
You heard it.
Yeah, I hope Jack's watching.
Jack's got to be watching, and this is the best medicine he could have had, guys. Greg Biffle is going to bring it home and give Jack Roush his 4th win here at Pocono as he crosses the line and wins. Here it comes.
White flag right here, buddy. One more time. Hit your mark.
It is Ford, followed by 4 Chevrolets, then 3 more Fords, and 2 more Chevrolets in the top 10. They have dominated between those 2 marks. For Biffle, he is looking for his 16th Cup win in his 287th start. He is one of those guys that has won at Kansas before, and it looks like he's going to do it again as he comes out of turn number 4. The winner of chase race number 3, Greg Biffle, his 7th chase win.
White flag, 1 to go. It's a race.
White flag right there, white flag.
Final lap. 49 races since Greg Biffle's last win. It came in Kansas in the fall of 2010.
I think Marcus Ambrose out of gas down the back.
Oh. Down low, not at speed, is Ambrose, but he's going to make it around. And here comes Biffle to become the 6th different winner of 2012. Greg Biffle wins the Samsung Mobile 500.
Last lap at Michigan. Biffle in the 16, Keselowski in the 2 for the win. Half a lap to go. Will he get a shot? Keselowski trying to wheel it. It's not sticking. Greg Biffle entered the race 2nd in the championship. He leaves with the point lead. Biffle wins at Michigan.
Biffle gets the white flag. 1 more lap to his 1st win of the year. Think about Jimmy Johnson led laps, had a dominant car. The same for Casey Kane. In fact, both he and Dale Earnhardt Jr. had issues while leading. The cat in the hat feeling good. 12 times he has won here at Michigan.
You know that was a big relief when he heard that over the radio. It's like, okay, I can breathe now. I got 3 laps, I can breathe.
A runner-up last week at Pocono. No doubt, Greg Biffle's team going in the right direction. How about his 4th win at Michigan? It comes today. Congratulations to the 16.
You're the man. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Is out. 1 lap remaining for Greg Biffle.
Looks like he's still on the power off for turn 2.
It's been 6,434 days since Greg Biffle last won a truck race. It was in Phoenix in 2001. But on this one-off, it is a night to remember. Greg Biffle wins at Texas.